The year was 2245 and humanity had just begun to explore relationships with alien civilizations in earnest. Starships zipped through the endless expanse, brimming with curiosity and the promise of connection. However, one species remained distant, the Varith. Known for their calculating intellect and rigid societal structures, their interactions with humans were limited and often fraught with misunderstanding. Commander Alara Ivar stood at the helm of the Varith cruiser Sovereign as it glided near the asteroid belt of Tawzit 9. She scanned the asteroid field, her violet eyes sharp and focused. Reports indicated that a human freighter had gone silent, and her officers debated whether to investigate or maintain their distance. "Commander, we have numerous sensors showing a potential distress signal from a human vessel," Lieutenant Rian said, a hint of excitement in his voice. "It could be a trap, though. We should proceed with caution." Alara turned to face her crew, weighing their concerns. "We haven't had much interaction with humans. We should take this opportunity to learn. Prepare the shuttle for launch." Rian frowned but nodded, a mix of admiration and concern flickering in his expression. "Yes, Commander. But I still think it's unwise." "Your reservations are noted, Rian. However, we don't gain knowledge by sitting idly by." She headed for the shuttle bay, determination fueling her steps. Alara entered the shuttle, her heart racing with a blend of anticipation and nervousness. Moments later, Rian followed her aboard, bringing along two more crew members, Specialist Mela, a technician whose light-hearted personality often balanced the Varith's stoic demeanor, and Ensign Tarek, a quiet, analytical type. "Ready for an adventure?" Mela said, her green skin shimmering in the artificial light. "You know, humans are said to be quite entertaining." "I'll keep my expectations in check," Alara replied, her brow slightly raised. The shuttle took off, steering towards the beleaguered freighter. Its hull was pockmarked, as if it had endured numerous scrapes with asteroids. As they docked, Alara felt both excitement and trepidation. "Let's check out the interior," she ordered. The team gathered their tools and exited into the dimly lit corridor of the freighter. "Hello? Anyone here?" Alara called out, her voice echoing. The team advanced cautiously, Tarek leading the way, scanning for life signs. "Over here," Rian yelled suddenly, pointing to an open door. As they pushed through, they found a man, Sergeant Alex Carter, working frantically at a control panel. "Who are you?" Alex shouted without looking up, muscles taut with urgency. "You're not with the pirates, are you?" "Calm yourself, human. We are allies," Alara said, stepping closer. "I am Commander Alara Tvar of the Varith. We came to assist. Your ship's distress signal prompted our visit." Finally, Alex met her gaze, suspicion lingering in his blue eyes. "A Varith? What kind of trick is this?" "No trick. We wish to help," Alara replied, sensing the tension in the air. "Your vessel appears to be in critical condition. What happened?" "My crew was caught in an asteroid storm," Alex confessed, exhaling sharply. "They're injured and we lost power to most systems. I can fix this, but I'll need time." Alara gestured to her crew. "We can assist. Rian, Mela, Tarek, analyze the engines. See if we can restore power." While her team dispersed, Alara focused on Alex. "What do you need from me?" He turned to the control panel again, fingers flying over switches and screens. "If you can help by running diagnostics on the life support system, that'd be great. It's overloading." Alara stepped beside him, her brain racing as she analyzed the data flashing before her. Together, they worked in silence, Alara explaining the Varith systems as Alex input coordinates and adjustments. She caught herself admiring his unwavering focus, the way he moved with purpose. "Are you human always so intent on fixing everything?" Alara asked, breaking the silence. "We take pride in overcoming challenges," Alex replied, glancing at her, his expression softening slightly. "But you Varith have a different approach to things from what I've seen. Isn't that right?" Alara paused. "We prioritize efficiency and logic. Emotions are often seen as distractions." "Emotion isn't a distraction. It's what makes us human," he countered, a spark in his eyes. "You might learn something from us." Her curiosity piqued, Alara continued. "And what do you think we could learn from you?" He looked at her for a moment, a playful grin spreading across his face. "How to loosen up a bit. Enjoy life. Uverith could use a little more chaos. Chaos is not always productive, Elara replied, raising an eyebrow. You'd be surprised. Sometimes it's the unpredictability that leads to breakthroughs, Alex challenged. Together, they worked in unison, their voices rising and falling like a well-rehearsed duet. As they moved from control panel to engine room, the earlier tension began to dissipate, replaced by a burgeoning camaraderie. Just a few more adjustments, Alex said, wiping sweat from his brow, glancing at Elara. You know, you're not as bad as I thought. Most Verith I've heard about seem, well, colder. Elara considered his words. Are we that distant? In our culture, emotions are often considered a liability. Maybe it's time to rethink that, Alex said, his gaze unwavering. You've shown incredible focus. Just apply a little warmth to it. Before she could respond, the controls hummed with life, lights flickering back on around them, signaling the restoration of power. Nice work, Mela shouted, her excitement cheering the atmosphere. You did it, Rian added, clapping Alex on the back. Elara turned back to Alex, their proximity closing with the energy in the room shifting. You two contribute greatly. A flicker of understanding passed between them, the air charged with electricity. Their shared laughter faded, replaced by an unsaid connection that hovered like the flickering lights. They locked eyes, and Alex leaned a fraction closer. Maybe we can both teach each other something new, Commander. Perhaps letting go of rigidity is a lesson worth exploring, she replied softly, her pulse quickening. As the shuttle's docking lights turned green, signaling the end of their impromptu collaboration, Alex took a step closer, his breath warm. What's next for us? Elara hesitated, heart racing. It's hard to say, but Alex took her hand gently, threading their fingers together. Let's find out together. The promise lingered between them as they prepared to leave the freighter behind. Elara sensed intrigue and something more profound, drawing her closer to the enigmatic human who dared challenge her beliefs. After all, Alex said with a grin, humanity and Verith could be better together if you're willing to try. Together, they descended the ramp of the freighter, stepping into an uncertain yet exhilarating future. Chapter 2: Unexpected Alliances. After the successful repair of the freighter, Elara found herself deep in thought as she and her crew returned to the Sovereign. The experience had been unprecedented. She brushed against something more than mere duty as she recalled her chemistry with Alex. Commander, you're unusually quiet. Earth get to you? Rian joked, breaking the serious atmosphere as they entered the ship. Elara tilted her head, a hint of a smile flickering across her face. No, just contemplating our experience. Are you really thinking about humanity? You've spent your whole life focusing on Verith ideals, Rian pressed further, lifting an eyebrow. It is more complex than that, she replied, crossing her arms. The interactions were unexpected. I feel I need to understand them better. Maybe you've caught some kind of human fever, Mela teased, bouncing on her toes as she watched Elara. You know they say emotions are contagious. Enough banter. We have work to do, Elara replied, but her heart wasn't entirely in it. Later that evening in the mess hall, the atmosphere was buzzing with animated discussions about the freighter incident. Alex had been given a VIP invitation aboard the Sovereign, and Elara felt a mixture of excitement and nervousness as she prepared to meet him again. As if the universe was listening, Alex entered, a lopsided smile plastered on his face. He carried a small package wrapped in vibrant colors. Is this the ship of serious aliens? Alex teased as he approached, throwing warmth across the room. Only the most serious, Rian quipped back, barely suppressing laughter. Good to know. I brought a little something for the crew, Alex said, placing the package on the table. What is it? Mela inquired, leaning in with wide eyes. Earth sweets. Chocolate, to be specific. He winked, revealing tiny bars wrapped in foil. A taste of home for an alien delight. Elara watched the crew gather around Alex, their curiosity palpable. So, she began slowly. This is how humans make alliances? With confectionery? Absolutely. You're just one good chocolate away from being my best friend, Alex quipped, bringing a smile to her face. And it distracts from genuine conversation, Mela added, unwrapping a bar. As laughter rang around the table, Elara took a seat next to Alex, whose glow seemed to illuminate the dull metal of the mess hall. What's it like, being a human? Elara asked, gazing at him curiously. How do emotions affect your decisions? Alex paused, chewing slowly before responding. It's like navigating a maze. Every turn leads to different outcomes. Some might lead you straight to heartache while others take you to unexpected joy. It's chaotic, but it's life. What if the chaos clouded judgments? Elara asked, her serious expression returning. Then you learn to account for it, he replied, his tone earnest. Understanding emotion can guide better decisions, not hinder them. Look, you might be logical, but consider where compassion plays a role. Elara considered his words, a flicker of intrigue igniting within her. Humans become bold when they feel. What about fear? Oh, fear is a double-edged sword. It can paralyze you or motivate you to act. Sometimes it pushes you towards something wonderful. He let out a chuckle. In the worst cases, like fixing ships, you need it to get you moving. Interesting, she said, leaning in closer. And how do you handle it? With sweets. Mostly, but you learn to confront it too, he replied, his eyes twinkling. You see. Before he could continue, Rian interjected. We need to focus on our mission objectives. Commander, should we be analyzing potential threats from the Vareth Council? They might not approve of our friendship with humans. Elara sighed. I appreciate the concern, but right now our immediate priority is to understand one another. If there are challenges to address later, both Alex and I will be prepared. Rian furrowed his brow, but Mela piped in, heck, look what you two accomplished together. You unlocked the doors to cooperation. Alex grinned. See? Humans and Vareth already have this chemistry figured out. He directed an earnest glance towards Elara. The more we learn together, the more we can do. Elara nodded, feeling slightly emboldened by his words. Very well. We will conduct further assessments post-haste, but there's something deeper brewing here. Our cultures may clash, but cooperation could yield more than mere victories. So we do make a formidable team, Alex chimed, high-fiving Mela. Indeed, Elara agreed, a smile lingering on her lips. However, our first test will be organizing a joint mission brief. You must understand our methods. That sounds like a plan, Alex said, a spark lighting his eyes. Are you suggesting we invade your meetings? Rian challenged, half joking. Only in the interests of diplomatic relations. Alex responded playfully, mischief dancing in his gaze. As they left the mess hall, the atmosphere buzzed with camaraderie. Elara walked with Alex, her mind still racing with the day's conversations. Can you teach me all these human approaches? She asked, intrigued by the prospect of deepening their association. I'll show you, Alex replied, his expression serious now. But it'll take time. Humans are complicated. We don't give away our secrets easily. You have to learn through experience. Perhaps the best teacher, Elara mused, observing their surroundings. But emotionally engaged? Absolutely. Are you already regretting your decision? He teased, bumping her shoulder playfully. Hardly, she replied, a hint of laughter breaking through her usual stoicism. You have piqued my interest. Perhaps this partnership will foster discoveries beyond what Vareth has understood before. Now we're talking, he said, excitement palpable in his tone. Their shared laughter echoed softly as they navigated the hallways of the Sovereign. Elara felt a warmth spreading within her. It was both exhilarating and terrifying. As they approached the doors to her command chamber, Alex paused. When was the last time you let something distract you, Elara? Is this your way of suggesting I indulge in chocolate? She asked, amusement dancing in her eyes. Maybe, he replied slyly. But seriously, now that we're allies, let's promise to share both the challenges and the sweetness of life. A long moment passed. Elara's heart raced as she contemplated the dangerous yet thrilling ground they tread. Agreed, she said softly, sounding more like someone contemplating a grand adventure than a Vareth commander contemplating protocols. With that, they exchanged courteous nods and understanding, sealing the budding alliance between their worlds. And as they stepped into the chamber, something profound unfurled. The potential for an extraordinary partnership rooted in both knowledge and emotion awaited their exploration. Chapter 3, Bonding Over Trials. The following days aboard the Sovereign felt different for Elara. She found herself looking forward to her interactions with Alex. Their initial connection had sparked a growing relationship and with it, curiosity. The crew buzzed with excitement as they prepared for a collaborative mission, excited to explore this unusual alliance firsthand. In the command briefing room, Elara reviewed the data on human technology and its integration with Vareth systems. Alex entered with an energetic stride, holding a holographic tablet. "Ready for our first combined project?" he asked, flashing a grin. Elara looked up, momentarily distracted by his enthusiasm. "Let's see what you have planned. I'm curious about how humans approach problem solving." "Good," Alex replied, settling into a chair beside her. "We're going to work on some virtual simulations of navigating asteroid clusters. Humans often use games to strategize. It's enjoyable and educational." "Games? That seems unorthodox for a method to prepare for real scenarios," she said, tilting her head in thought. "Sure, but gaming encourages quick thinking and creativity. Besides, who doesn't enjoy a challenge?" Alex nudged, a playful glint in his eyes. Elara sighed, intrigued yet skeptical. "All right, let's see what you've got." As Alex presented the simulation, the room filled with holographic projections of asteroid fields and potential routes. "First, let's choose our ships. You can pick the Sovereign or try a human design." Elara chose the Sovereign, and soon they were immersed in the simulation, navigating through the perilous terrain together. Alex led the way, offering insights with energy. "Watch your route here. Avoid the larger asteroids. They can break your shields," he instructed, enthusiasm bubbling over. Elara responded quickly, feeling an odd sense of thrill akin to excitement. "I see. If I maneuver here, yes, we can reach the exit without damage." As they continued, Alex pointed out strategic flaws and alternate paths. "You're improving. I'm simply discovering new angles." "Alex," Elara insisted, stubbornly holding on to her focused demeanor. The simulations progressed through several challenging scenarios, with both laughing and engaging throughout. They became lost in their competition, two opponents growing closer through shared determination. "Your strategy was calculated, but try utilizing unpredictable paths next time," Alex challenged playfully, a smirk on his lips. "It may throw your opponent off." "Unpredictable like chocolate? Is that it?" Elara shot back, a grin finally breaking through her usual demeanor. "Exactly. Being unexpected can be your greatest strength," Alex suggested, the warmth of camaraderie spilling over into friendly banter. After several rounds, the door slid open, revealing Rian and Mela, both looking intrigued. "Are you two planning to become gaming experts instead of officers?" Rian quipped. "It's a learning exercise, Rian," Elara said, defensively yet amused. "And we're calculating our strategies for the next mission." "I'd rather see you in action than just hear stories," Mela replied, interjecting her excitement. "Can we join?" "Absolutely. Multiple perspectives will only enhance our strategies," Alex responded enthusiastically. As they all gathered around the holographic display, Alex quickly explained how to navigate the simulation. Mela illuminated with enthusiasm. "This is like nothing I've done before. Let's see if I can outsmart you both." The camaraderie deepened as each member contributed theories and tactics to the game. Laughter filled the room as they debated the best routes to take. Elara marveled at how easily the human approach, filled with spontaneity, blended with her own steady calculations. "Rian, you should try being less methodical," Mela laughed, nudging him. "Go with your gut. Just wait until you see the strategic marvel that is my next move," Rian replied, attempting to remain serious but unable to hide a smile. Elara couldn't resist chuckling. "A marvel, you say? I look forward to witnessing this." As the hours passed, time seemed to dissolve into laughter and competition. Each simulation drew them closer, unveiling differing perspectives and shared camaraderie. Elara couldn't deny the shift within her, the risk, the joy, and the laughter felt foreign yet invigorating. Later that evening, after returning to their private quarters, Elara reflected on the day's events. Although focused on strategy, she had embraced moments of lightheartedness rarely seen in her structured life. The comm system chimed softly, pulling her from her thoughts. "Elara, can you come to the observation deck?" It was Alex. "I want to show you something." Curious, she made her way to the deck. The view was breathtaking, galaxies swirling in the vastness of space, stars sparkling like diamonds against velvet. Alex stood gazing outward, arms crossed, lost in the beauty before him. As she approached, he turned and offered a warm smile. "I thought you might appreciate this. It's stunning." "I've always focused on function rather than beauty," she confessed, stepping beside him. "It's the balance between the two, function infused with beauty, that makes it all worthwhile," he replied, glancing at her. I thought emotions were distractions? Elara challenged, her curiosity piqued. Not when you learn to harness them, he said, his tone earnest. They can deepen appreciation and motivation. Just like the thrill of TH's beauty in the second half, too. Elara turned to face him fully, seeking to understand. You're suggesting my perspective might be too restrictive? Just that there's depth to experience. It's not just about victories. Many lessons emerge through setbacks, failures, and shared laughter. He leaned slightly closer. You have the potential to see it all. She felt a warmth at his words, recognizing the sincerity radiating from him. I think I'm beginning to understand, she responded quietly, her gaze unwavering. They stood together, the weight of tension dissipating as they shared the view of the universe. The silence spoke volumes, deeper than words. A flicker of understanding ignited between them, and Elara felt a genuine connection forming in the heart of shared experiences. Perhaps we still have much to learn from each other, Elara mused, her heart racing, contemplating their potential journey ahead. Always, he said softly. Let's navigate this together. She smiled, a genuine reflection of her evolving emotions, poised on the brink of exploration. The stars stretched endlessly above them, a canvas for new adventures just waiting to unfold. Chapter 4, A New Philosophy. The following week passed quickly, filled with joint missions and uplifting discovery as Elara and Alex continued to strengthen their partnership. The crew of the Sovereign found themselves not only working with Alex but also embracing his insights as they combined Varith's strategy with human intuition. One damp morning on the bridge, Elara stood beside Rian, reviewing the data from their recent mission simulations. The day's agenda included testing a new navigation protocol designed to streamline human and Varith methods. Do you think Alex can keep up with our pace? Rian asked, glancing at the open door leading to the adjoining chamber. He adapts quickly, Elara replied, her tone firm yet thoughtful. But we need to ensure he understands the gravity of these protocols. This is unlike his usual strategy games. As if summoned by their conversation, Alex entered the room, a look of genuine excitement on his face. What's on today's agenda? Are we diving straight into the action? Mostly testing, but your role today is vital, Elara clarified, her focus unwavering. Perfect. Testing new ideas always gets my adrenaline going, he said, grinning. The infectious energy he brought filled the room. Elara couldn't help but smile back. Well, buckle up. This will push us all. In the training bay, extensive layouts of the simulation appeared before them, forming a holographic representation of interstellar threats. We'll navigate through these scenarios combatively, Elara explained, pointing at the various obstacles. Your task is to come up with alternative routes. Alex examined the data closely. Got it. So, I can approach it from a different angle. Here his chin in thought. These obstacles can be bypassed if his eyes lit up. What if we approach this segment with irregular speed and quick turns? Yes, Mela exclaimed, jumping up from her console. That could surprise any enemy, allowing us to slip through unseen. Okay, let's test that theory, Rian said, tapping at his console to initiate the simulation. The room brightened dramatically as the holographic scenario materialized. Let's see how well you can execute it, Elara instructed, her heart racing in anticipation. With determination driving him, Alex engaged with the simulation. He directed the ship deftly, employing the unorthodox approach he suggested. Come on. Look at that, he shouted, exhilarated as the ship eases past the projected obstacles. It's working. Elara watched intently, admiring his ability to weave through danger with unexpected grace. But can you sustain this speed? She found herself asking, raising an eyebrow. Just watch, he replied, eyes glinting with excitement. He maneuvered expertly, finding gaps that had previously seemed impossible to exploit. Abruptly, the simulation threw a curveball. A gigantic asteroid appeared, threatening to collide with their projected path. An urgent alarm sounded. Whoa! Not part of the plan, Alex shouted, panic creeping into his voice. Adjust trajectory. Turn left. Elara quickly barked, her instincts kicking in. Hold tight. This is going to get bumpy, he replied, struggling against the controls but holding steady. Together, they executed the maneuver flawlessly. The ship slid past the asteroid, hearts pounding, triumphant cheers breaking through the tension. That was amazing, Rian said, grinning ear to ear. Elara, her heart still racing, looked at Alex. Your method nearly backfired. But it didn't. We adapted. That's what counts, he countered, eyes gleaming. They all exchanged glances, bursting into laughter before the adrenaline wore off. Later that day, as the crew celebrated their successes in the mess hall, Elara caught herself noticing the bond forming between Alex and her crew. They shared stories, laughed loudly, and enjoyed each other's company, breaking past the barriers that had separated their worlds. "What's next for us?" Alex asked, leaning closer to Elara, his curiosity evident. "More simulations?" "Perhaps a blended approach," Elara suggested, her gaze thoughtful. "We have to demonstrate our progress to the Vareth Council soon. They expect results from our collaboration." "Meeting the higher-ups, huh?" Alex responded, a bit of concern clouding his expression. "Will they be open to this new dynamic?" "Some will be," Elara admitted. "But others may resist. Change can spark fear, even among my people." "I'll handle any tough questions," he assured her, determination clear on his face. "It won't be that simple," she warned, a hint of a smile forming. "They might question why we're engaging so closely with humans." "We'll show them," Alex said confidently. "We'll demonstrate that blending our styles leads to better outcomes." Mela chimed in. "Besides, we're pretty much unstoppable together." All eyes turned to Elara, who felt a rush of warmth at the unity before her. "We will prepare. As a team, we can tackle challenges from all sides. Our success depends on our ability to merge our strengths." In their preparation, they spent long hours discussing objections and crafting a strategy to illustrate their collaboration. Each brainstorming session became more spirited, filled with creative ideas and laughter as they drew from each other's strengths. A few evenings later, they stood in front of the Vareth Council, Elara firmly rooted at the forefront, with Alex confidently beside her. The council's chamber was imposing, filled with members known for their stoicism and tradition. Elara took a deep breath, trying to suppress the rising anxiety. "Honorable members of the council, thank you for allowing us this opportunity to present our findings." Alex flashed an encouraging smile, making her pulse quicken. "Today, we're not just presenting a strategy, we're showcasing a partnership that bridges two civilizations." A council member, Councillor Brecken, interrupted, skepticism evident in his tone. "You, a human, believe your presence here will shift our traditions?" "I don't just believe it, I know it," Alex asserted, confidence surging through him. "Together, we've achieved breakthroughs that can redefine our approaches to challenges. With collaboration, we can adapt faster than before." Elara jumped in, her voice steady. "Our hybrid strategies enhance our efficiency. Demonstrating that unity can yield better results is fundamental. We invite you to consider ideas that expand beyond conventional limits." They presented their simulations from earlier, showing how their combined methodologies bolstered their success rate in navigating asteroids efficiently and unpredictably. The holograms lit up the council chamber, showcasing their teamwork in dazzling detail. As they concluded, a silence enveloped the room. Elara exchanged glances with Alex, both sharing the uncertainty and anticipation. After what felt like an eternity, Councillor Brecken finally spoke. "We have not seen a dynamic like this before. It may lead to opportunities unforeseen. However, trust must be established. What better foundation for trust than what we've already achieved?" Alex responded, his smile warm. "We navigated difficulties together, and here we are, united." That speaks louder than any conventional approach. The council members murmured among themselves, exchanging looks of contemplation. Elara held her breath, her heart thundering in her chest. Finally, Brecken continued, "Let us see your proposal over the next few cycles. If significant progress continues, we shall consider extending this cooperation." Elara let out a sigh of relief, glancing at Alex. "Thank you for believing in this partnership," she whispered. He nudged her shoulder lightly, a glimmer in his eyes. "You think they'll embrace it?" "Only if we keep pushing the boundaries," Elara replied, feeling a sense of pride wash over her. Together, they could achieve greatness. Leaving the chamber, Elara felt an exhilarating charge, igniting the pathway to new opportunities. Their journey was far from finished, but each step forward solidified their bond, one that neither Vareth nor human had anticipated. Together, they challenged conventions, ready to face whatever came next. Chapter 5: The Choice. Days turned into weeks, and as preparations intensified for the next phase of their collaboration, Alex and Elara found themselves increasingly entwined in both their work and their lives. The Sovereign thrummed with energy, its crew buzzing with excitement about the groundbreaking potential of humanity and Vareth working side by side. One evening, in the command center, Elara stared at sprawling graphs that displayed their progress with the joint missions. The numbers reflected substantial improvements. "Looks good on paper," Rian said, leaning back in his chair with a bemused smile. "But can we sustain this momentum?" "We can't just rely on the data," Alex interjected, his expression serious. "We need to build a foundation that fosters this alliance emotionally and strategically." Alara's heart raced at his words. What exactly do you suggest? Building a workshop? Something like that, Alex replied. We could create a shared forum and interspecies think tank, if you will. It wouldn't just be duties, it would include cultural exchanges, activities, and discussions. This way, we keep strengthening our connection. Mela's eyes lit up. That sounds incredible. A chance to really dive into each other's worlds. Agreed, Rian added. But let's not forget the council will be watching closely. We need to report solid progress, not just cultural workshops. True, but strengthening bonds can yield unexpected benefits, Alara responded, feeling the urgency in the air. Let's schedule some events and we can demonstrate our fusion beyond just numbers. Count me in for anything involving chocolate, Alex quipped, a grin breaking across his face. Noted, Rian said, chuckling. Chocolate aside, let's plan this out. Over the next week, ideas spiraled into action. The crew decided on various activities. Friendly sports matches, shared meals featuring each species' traditional dishes, and even a storytelling night where members could share tales of their cultures. On the day of the first event, the preparation was filled with laughter and excitement. As Alara walked through the makeshift gathering area, she surveyed the colorful decorations. I never imagined this would become a vibrant space, she mused, glancing at Alex, who was organizing chairs. You like it? He asked, enthusiasm radiating from him. It's surprisingly warm, she admitted, smiling. Your humans have a knack for celebrating life. I'd say the same about you, Vareth. Your strategies are all about structure, but there's potential for the beauty of chaos, he teased lightly. Alara could feel her heart thumping, words threading deeper between them. Beauty amid chaos? Interesting thought. As the crew gathered, the atmosphere buzzed with anticipation. Rian stood up to kick off the event. Welcome, everyone. Today, we're bridging our worlds through shared experiences. Let's embrace this incredible journey together. As voices mingled, laughter spread throughout the room. At one table, Mela and some crew members filled plates with traditional human dishes, while Alex showcased the best chocolate. Did you really bring that much chocolate? Rian asked incredulously. Absolutely. It's essential fuel for conceptualizing and tasting, Alex replied, already popping a piece into his mouth. Alara watched as crew members mingled, a tapestry of laughter and lively conversation blossoming. She noticed some of the Vareth were hesitant, sticking to their groups, while the humans moved around freely. Let's take a cue from the humans, she said to Alex. They've built a rapport. We need to encourage our crew to engage more openly. Want me to perform some magic? I've got my persuasion techniques ready. Alex laughed, spinning around to face her. Your mischievous side is gaining confidence, Alara replied, entertained. Alex took her hand, leading her toward one of the clusters that appeared more uncertain. Let's show them how it's done. Look, it's the Vareth and human combo duo, he announced, drawing attention. Come join us. Show us your dance moves. Alara felt her face warm as laughter erupted, and soon everyone was pairing off, mixing teams. As humans and Vareth stepped out of their comfort zones, the atmosphere began to shift. Who knew dancing could bring people together like this? Alara observed as she saw crew members, laughter flowing now, sharing stories and lighthearted jabs. When the music softened into something more rhythmic, Alara took a deep breath, surprising herself by stepping forward. Let's show them what Vareth can do. Now you're talking, Alex responded, flashing a supportive grin. They positioned themselves into a playful dance form, demonstrating with unexpected rhythm and grace, eliciting cheers and laughter from the surrounding crew. As they twirled and functioned effortlessly, Alara felt a bond with Alex, their movements and unspoken language. After an energetic round, they collapsed onto nearby seats, breathless. With laughter still echoing, Alara caught the light in Alex's eyes. You have a surprising flair for this. And you held your own out there, he praised. Maybe we should collaborate on more dance moves in the future? Alara chuckled, her heart racing. Careful. You could be inviting trouble. Well, trouble does usually come wrapped in chocolate, he added with a wink. Their celebration continued, transforming simple camaraderie into shared triumph. But soon, all members of the crew felt the heavier weight of their responsibilities. The council's impending review loomed over them like a shadow. Days later, as the crew prepared for the big report, nerves rippled through the air. Alex found Alara pacing slightly at her station, eyes focused on the console. "Hey," he said softly, approaching. "You all right? You seem on edge." "Yes, just wondering if our progress will be enough," Alara admitted, crossing her arms tightly. "Hey, remember what we achieved together," he reassured her. "It's extraordinary. You've navigated this partnership beautifully. Words and actions are easily separated," she replied thoughtfully. "Will they see it? Will they embrace these changes? If we present it with the same passion we've shown each other, maybe they will," he said, determination pulsing in his voice. "We've achieved much, and none of it was done alone. We did this together." His steady gaze and sincere support bolstered her spirit. "You might be right. This partnership has revealed strengths I never expected. Hold on to that. That's the key," Alex encouraged. "We're already making waves." When it came time for the presentation, the council chamber felt larger and more intimidating than during their last meeting. Officials filed in, expressions steely as they settled into their seats. Alara stood at the front with Alex beside her, heart pounding. "Honorable members of the council," she began, steadying her voice. "Today, we stand not just as Varith humans, but as collaborators exemplifying what can flourish through mutual intent." As they showcased their findings, presenting the data and sharing testimonials from crew members who participated in cultural exchanges, Alara felt the audience begin to lean in. "Change can be intimidating and daunting," Alex interjected, confidence rooted in his tone, "but our journey reflects how unity fuels progress for both our species. Everyone here has contributed to this project, and together we have forged a new path." Silence enveloped the chamber, and for a moment, Alara felt hopeful. Did they see the possibilities before them? In the aftermath of their presentation, after another extended period of deliberation, Counselor Brecken finally stood, his deep voice breaking the silence. "This partnership, it presents opportunities yet unimagined. We will agree to extend this collaboration on the condition that we see consistent results." Alara's heart soared, relief flooding over her. "Thank you, Counselor." As the council members shared whispered discussions, Alex turned to Alara, his eyes sparkling. "See, we did it. They are open to extending the initiative. It's only the beginning," she said, heart filled with a complex wave of gratitude and excitement. "We can explore what lies ahead." "I can see it now," Alex replied, grinning widely. "Together, we'll expand horizons beyond even our wildest dreams." Alara's pulse quickened as their eyes met, a world of possibilities unfolding before them. Together, she echoed of a different kind of adventure awaiting them. With a shared understanding, they braced themselves for the future, ready to face whatever challenges and joys lay ahead.